Hey everybody, it's me, John Ward, and welcome back to another Dark Park Film Reviews. And on this video, we are going to be looking at just random pickups. These have been sitting here. I actually have two stacks, and so you'll get two videos out of this, of just movies that are just sitting here. And some are from Zia, some are from Goodwill, and then some are from OGP. So I have Blu-ray, DVD, and one VHS, which I'll save to the end. I've wanted to make these videos, and they're just sitting here. So it's like, come on, John, get with it, get with it. Make these videos so you can, put these films away. So let's start. So we'll start with the Blu-ray, and this one looks pretty cool. So I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. It's called Island Escape. I believe it is a cosmic horror film. So I'm excited about that. And a couple of these I did get from Zia Records in a bargain bin. And I was surprised to find some of these there. It was originally $9.99. I picked it up for $4.99. So not too bad, So one day I'll check it out and see how it is, because I do have an interest. Yeah, I don't recognize. Yeah, Island Escape looks. Hope it's good. This next one is this thing is infamous. It was going to be shelved. They were going to Batgirl it. They said it was unreleasable. I guess that they did some reshoots. And it is Daisy Ridley cannot get a break in the movies that she makes. I mean, she should really fire her agent. But it's directed by Doug Liman, and so you think that it would be good, but that is Chaos Walking. I have an interest in watching this, like a real interest. But I don't know. I just cannot bring myself to watch it because I've heard it's so awful. Daisy Ridley, Tom Holland, directed by Doug Liman. So you would just think it would be an okay movie. Anybody else? Mads Mikkelsen is in it. One of the Jonas brothers, Nick Jonas. So I don't know. Oh, he's right there. Oh, there's Mads. But yeah, I have just heard this is just horrible. Going for $6.99, picked it up for $3.99. Why not? This, I believe, is good. Yeah, it is Goodwill because there's the sticker. So Goodwill. And it is The Sentinel. I heard it was pretty good. I never saw it. So when I bought it, I watched it. And it wasn't bad. It was okay. It was a decent little kind of action thriller. So we got Michael Douglas, Kiefer Sutherland, Eva Longoria. I think, if I remember correctly, this is her feature film debut, as a main star, because the critics had talked about how this was a good vehicle for her. So that's kind of what I looked at. And you can see there, it's $5.99. For the most part at Goodwill, all their DVDs are $5.99, which is nice because if you want to buy 5, DVDs, each one is going to be $5.99. Sometimes they're on sale because of the color. I think, yeah, it's just per day. Savers, they have Monday is their big 50% off day. But Goodwill has the colors for each day. So it's unlike Zia, where their Blu-rays can range, in many different prices, these you always know are $5.99. So The Sentinel. Now we're getting into DVD. And this is a Zia Records that I found in a clearance bin. So they had their, all the Blu-rays in one section, and then they had a different area for DVDs. And this was a 2 for $5. So I picked this, and then I found another one that I wanted, but it had a different sales sticker, but it still said 2 for $5. So I brought it up and I said, "Oh, this works, right? Because it's got the sticker." And the guy's like, "Oh no, it doesn't work. That's not our sticker." And I'm like, "Then why is the sticker on there? Take it off. If it's for someplace else, like I don't know, a different thrift store or something like that, then take the sticker off, because obviously somebody thought it belonged in that bin and it didn't. I think I bought it anyways, and I'm not sure what it was. But yeah, I might have purchased it. I just said, fine, go ahead and do it. So because I wanted this, and this is Wonderland. And Wonderland refers to the Wonderland murders. This is, and you can see on the back here, there's Val Kilmer. This is about John Holmes, the porn star, and pretty much his final days, maybe you could say. And it also stars Kate Bosworth, Lisa Kudrow, Josh Lucas, Dylan McDermott. So this is actually a really good biopic. I really enjoyed it. If you ever watched the film Boogie Nights, that is pretty much the John Holmes story. The Wonderland murders are kind of in there, but I know a fair amount about John Holmes. And plus, I did research while watching this originally. It is a 2-disc. So that's the movie. And then this is a bonus disc. It's still called Wonderland, but there is a documentary on here called Wad, Johnny Wad. That was a character that he played in some of his films. And it is a full-length documentary about John Holmes. That's really good. So this is definitely worth watching. If you like biopics, it's one of the better ones. If you enjoy documentaries, then you'll like, Wad, the documentary about him. So because it wasn't valid, I was already waited in a line. I didn't want to go back and wait in a line again. So I just said, fine, screw it. So I just paid the $4.99. It's not much. These next few OGP gave me, and I think it's because he had doubles, maybe, but I've heard of some of these. I think only two of them I've seen. So this is one I have not seen, but I figured, yeah, why not? And it's Lake Noir. I don't know what it is about. You got two cute girls in bikinis up there. It's from Brain Damage Films. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it does have cast and crew audio commentary and cast interviews, so why not? It says for mature audiences. So I thought, okay, well, that's cool. It was nice enough to bring them out and give them to me. So one day I'll check it out. Why not? So Lake Noir. This is also another one from OGP. This one I know of, but I've never seen it. Rain in Darkness. Looks like it's a vampire movie. Yeah, a lot of these people, the cast, the filmmakers, I've never heard of. But this I've seen on the shelf at Zia Records many times. Rain in Darkness. This next one is a great movie. This is a Barry Levinson film. It's kind of weird that it's thrown in this mix, but this is another one that OGP gave me. This is a really good film. I was fortunate enough to meet Barry Levinson. I used to work at a video store in Northern California called Broadway Video. And this is around Academy Awards time. Wag the Dog was up for Best Picture, and it lost to Titanic. But Barry Levinson came into our video store. It was an indie video store, owned by a married couple. And I got to talk to him for a while, about Wag the Dog and Titanic and some other movies. And it was great to meet him. It was really cool that he just popped up, So the film is Diner. This is a great movie. This has a cast of freaking everybody. I mean, everybody. is in this film. This is one of those movies like The Outsiders and some of these other movies where it's a group of young actors who are barely known and then they skyrocketed at some point. So I think we got Kevin Bacon here. He might, no, he did he did Friday the 13th. Then I think he went on to Animal House, and then he could have done this. My timeline might be off, but this is a great movie, and it's got like Steve Guttenberg, Daniel Stern, Mickey Rourke, Kevin Bacon, Timothy Daley, Ellen Barkin, Paul Reiser, and as I'm sure more that are not listed on here. So yeah, this is really good. It's you know, there they are, right? Another great film that you know, that Barry Levinson made is Tin Men. Danny DeVito, Richard Dreyfuss, great movie. So Diner, check it out if you haven't seen it. This one hasn't even been opened, and it is a Shannon Doherty film, Starlight Signature Series, and it's called The Rendering. No idea. So it's, yeah, I don't even, I mean, she's the main person in this, but Shannon Doherty, Beverly Hills 90210, is brutally attacked by a stalker, Peter Outerbridge, and he was in Mission to Mars. So who knows? Who knows with this one? I don't know. I mean, I had a crush on her for a very long time. You know, when Heathers came out, I'm just like, oh my God, she's gorgeous. And then Beverly Hills 90210, and it's like, oh my God, she's in that. I'm going to watch that. And then when she left, I was going to stop watching the show. And then Tiffany Amber Thiessen came in and took that, you know, that position. And I'm like, oh, now I'm on board again, you know, because of, you know, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, and it's just like, and having a crush on her for a while. So I guess still do. So that was, you know, it just kind of went on, and then I followed her in other stuff too. It's you know, it's sad about what happened to her. So, but yeah, this is one I've never seen. To save her husband, ... she must set a murderer free. One day I'll crack it open and see what it's all about. This next one I'm incredibly happy about, and this is also OGP, because I owned this a long time ago, and I had to sell it. I probably needed money or something, and now I got it back. And Kevin Smith is very hit and miss with me. So his earlier stuff I'm a fan of. His later stuff, that's where the hit and miss come in. This, of course, is a hit. And that is the Miramax Collector's Series Clerks X. So this is the 10th anniversary edition. And this is a big ass box set. It looks like it's just from Miramax. It's three discs. Disc 1 is the theatrical version. Disc 2, Clerks, the first cut, which is 10 minutes longer. It's what Sundance saw. And then Harvey Weinstein, or the Weinsteins, I don't know who exactly, but it's probably Harvey, who told him cut 10 minutes because he was notorious for cutting 10 minutes. And then disc 3 is Snowball Effect, the story of Clerks. So there is a ton of stuff on here. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, there we go. Let's take a look, because this is big. Let's see what we got in here. There we got the original poster. And if we crack it, oh, this is kind of funny. So there's Dante there, like sleeping on the counter. So disc 1, disc 2, disc 3. It does come, it looks like, with a booklet. So let's see. Yeah, so it's got a little booklet. So it's all about the movie. So that's pretty cool. I love the first Clerks movie. I do find the Sundance version to be very interesting because that's the one that, like I said, it has 10 minutes missing, but it also has the original ending where Dante dies. And I didn't like Clerks 2 for the longest time. So I rewatched it, and what was that one that he did with Ben Affleck and the kid? I watched that one and didn't like it. And then figured, okay, so we went back to Clerks 2, probably because that bombed. So then let me rewatch Clerks 2, thinking that if he did make another movie again, we get Clerks 1 at the beginning, Clerks 2 at the end, then we have everything else. Rewatched Clerks 2, really enjoyed it. Then I watched the documentary on it and liked it even more. And he explains everything that went on to making the movie. And then I really enjoyed it. I liked it. I did not like Clerks 3. Wow, did I not like Clerks 3. Jonathan Moody and I did a video on Clerks 3 and how he liked it and how I hated it. Here we have, this is, I am pretty sure, these next ones are savers, actually. And it looks like I already took the prices off and stuff. Or maybe it had to have a price. So this is directed by Emilio Estevez. And it's written and directed by Emilio Estevez. I think he is a very underrated director, on top of being an underrated actor. I think he is a very good director. I wish that more people would give him a chance. Maybe he enjoys more of the indie route. And so he's not doing these big Hollywood movies. I've heard that Young Guns 3 is happening. So I'm glad that I found this. And that is Bobby. So this is his film about Bobby Kennedy. Looks like it, Golden Globe nominee for Best Picture. And it's got, so it looks like 2006. Lawrence Fishburne, Heather Graham, Anthony Hopkins, Helen Hunt, Lindsay Lohan, William H. Macy, Demi Moore. Oh, that's interesting because he's worked with Demi Moore in the past, like as both as actors. Sharon Stone and Elijah Wood. This is one that I've not watched yet, but I definitely will be watching it soon. Two underrated directors that are like legacy actors would be Melvin Van Peebles and Emilio Estevez. I think that they are really good. Of course, Emilio's dad, Martin Sheen, is a great actor. And then for Mario Van Peebles, we have Melvin Van Peebles, who did Sweetback's Badass Song. So this I'm very interested in watching. I just have to sit down and, it has more. So, God, it's got a long list of people. So, Joy Bryant, Halle Belafonte, Nick Cannon, Emilio Estevez is in it. Joshua Jackson, Ashton Kutcher, Shia LaBeouf. Wow, there's a lot of people in this. Martin Sheen is in it. Christian Slater, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Wow. Okay, I'm fast tracking this to watch. And one interesting thing about this is I used to be a PA in LA, Burbank, for a company called Stargate Films. and we were working on that movie Mafia. It was originally Jane Austen's Mafia. And I would go from the studio to where they were shooting it, which was the Ambassador Hotel. And I basically go back and forth. This is before we could just do everything through the internet. And I would bring script, revised scripts and stuff like that back and forth. And since it was the Ambassador Hotel, I tried to find the kitchen where, Bobby Kennedy was assassinated. I couldn't spend a lot of time there. I didn't find it. At the same time that I was there, they were shooting Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Johnny Depp. So that was kind of cool. But okay, so Bobby, fast tracking Bobby. These, so I think Bobby was, I am pretty sure. These look like, they got to be Goodwill. Yeah, these are Goodwill. So maybe Bobby was, I think Bobby was Savers. Doesn't really matter, but it could be Goodwill, but I think it's Savers. So the next one, this I purchased with OGP, and I stopped. I just went, oh my God. And he heard me say it, and he goes, what? And I go, I can't believe they have this. And I was so happy to find this. This is one of the worst movies ever made. This is awful, but the soundtrack is pretty good. That is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. They asked the Beatles. They said no way. This is back in the 70s. Can I quickly find a date on here? 1978. So when the Beatles said no, they got Peter Frampton and the Beatles, I wish, and the Bee Gees. The movie has like no dialogue. I think it's George Burns does the voiceover for the film, and then you hear the music. This also has Steve Martin in it too. He sings Maxwell's Silver Hammer. This movie is insane. I mean, who brought this out? Who did this? It's Universal. So, yeah, there's Steve Martin right there. If you could see this, you should. It is horrible. It is so horrible. It is awesome. This is Xanadu level, or Going Coconuts with Donnie and Marie, and but this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. And this one I paid only $3.99 for. So yeah, so this has to be Goodwill, because I think all of their DVDs are $3.99 and their Blu-rays are $5.99. This is one that Philip showed me, or OGP, and I'm collecting certain religious movies. I have Noah, I have Exodus, I have like the Left Behind movies, things like that. Pure Flix, I have some of their movies. So he found this, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to grab this, because this was a mini series. Some I put back, but this is like, okay, I'm gonna buy this one. It's Noah's Ark. Since I already own Noah, which is with Russell Crowe. This is Noah's Ark, the mini series event. Try to get it. There we go. And I'm assuming that John Voight plays Noah. Mary Steenburgen is there, probably plays his wife. And then F. Murray Abraham, I've heard, plays a pirate. So I guess while the ship or the Ark is floating all around, you got a pirate. I'm like, that's what I've heard. So it's like, okay, I'm getting this. It's only $3.99, and I'm picking this thing up. And it's a mini series, so it's 2 hours and 47 minutes. It also has Carol Kane, who was in The Princess Bride. So I like watching these things, Christmas. I like watching Christmas horror movies. I now will watch, it could be Easter or things like that. I'll watch something religious. I'm an atheist, but I love religious movies. I think that they're awesome, especially something like this is just great. So I think the only bad thing is, yeah, everything is on one disc. So it's Mill Creek Entertainment. So it's almost 3 hours on one disc. So it's all compressed. Might look okay. All right. And then this one I got for a few different reasons. This is the $1 Million Hotel. And if you know me, this has a double whammy. So we got Mila Jovovich, Mel Gibson. That's pretty much all I needed to know. It also has Jeremy Davies, Jimmy Smits. I've never seen this. It's a Wim Wenders film. I don't know how many movies of his I've seen. Probably not a lot. But I basically got this for the actors. Good director. I mean, I think I've seen at least one or two things that he's done. This is the Studio Millennium series. So got it for those two people. Sometimes I get movies just for the actors in them. And sometimes I get them for the directors. All right, my very last thing is the VHS. And then I'll let you go. So I am always on the lookout for certain people's movies that are on VHS. And one of them, of course, is Tom Cruise. So I picked this one up. This is at Zia Records for 50 cents. And that's Minority Report. I have not even opened it yet. You know, directed by Steven Spielberg. So I will pick up any VHS. The good thing about picking up VHS tapes, and if you do them for a particular actor or a particular director, like I have down there, Tony Scott. Sadly, Tony Scott passed away. So that means his movies ended at a certain point. So, which was Unstoppable. So I can collect VHS all the way up until the VHS stopped. And then you don't need to collect anymore. Tom Cruise is the same thing. I can pick up his movies. At some point in his career, they stopped making VHS. And then that's obviously where this ends. Michael Bay, I have every Michael Bay VHS. So, which I think ended with Bad Boys 2. I don't think there's any Transformers movies. I really wanted The Island, but yeah, I believe it ended with Bad Boys 2. So for me, this is pretty cool. I like collecting these. And I do have some random ones. At some point, I'll do a video. I think I've done one in the past, but it was a while back on the VHS tapes that I own, which is just a small little stack. I now own a much larger collection. And I'll probably do a video on those soon. So that's it. Okay. So that's everything. So let's do a quick review of everything that I got. So we'll start with this. So Minority Report, VHS. Then we have $1 Million Hotel, Noah's Ark, the miniseries event. The wonderful, beautiful Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. The soundtrack is good. Bobby, Emilio Estevez. I'd love to interview Emilio Estevez and Mario Van Peebles. Clerks, Kevin Smith. Clerks 10. Shannon Doherty, The Rendering. Barry Levinson, Diner. Rain and Darkness. Lake Noir. Something rattling in there. Oh, it looks like one of the little black things came off of what holds the disc, but it's still in there, so it's still okay. Wonderland, Val Kilmer, John Holmes, which also has the documentary WAD. Sentinel, which I enjoyed. Who made it? What company is this? It's Fox, so now I guess it's Disney, so you might be able to find this on Disney. Maybe Hulu. Chaos Walking, and you bet this thing was chaos. Oh wow, wow. This is one I'm at some point I'm going to watch. I may have to have alcohol for that one. And Island Escape, Cosmic Horror. Always interested in cosmic horror movies. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. And I appreciate you watching this. Let me know if you've seen any of these. Let me know if you like any of these down below. Please hit the like button, comment, share if you would like. I'd really appreciate it. We're now over, a tad bit over 500, subs. So it'd be great to just keep growing. So, yeah. So if you made it all the way through this, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And I will see you on the next video.